Thank you. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Good morning or good afternoon. It is 12 noon, so it's a mix of both. My name is Ankur Gupta and I'm representing RG Capital.
Next, coming up on our main stage is our one and only land release today from Colour Property Group.
Ankur. Yeah.
On the main stage is our one and only land release today.
Yeah, so
Colour Property Group.
a lot of justice has already been done by the previous speakers. So I'm probably going to echo the same opinions and words, but I'm going to be doing a little bit more education. And then following that will be our new product that we are looking at launching over here now. So to begin, these are broadly the topics that we will be covering off. How do we store the wealth? Why the savers always lose? Why invest in land? And the product is Deposit Unlock. Before I set the background, a little bit about RG Capital. So RG Capital, we are a fund manager and we are operating under AFSL license of Silk Group, which is an ASIC regulated license. Another one, our mission is to invest on behalf of investors and help investors diversify their portfolio across land development projects. To do that, we've got two funds over here. One is the equity fund and the other is debt fund. We are looking to do the debt fund in the last quarter now, which is associated with our product launch. Once again, echoing the point number one, we are independent trustees operating under Silk's ASIC license. A bit of education before we come to the product. We might spice up the conversation as well. So, when we think about money, what do we think of? There are really few stores of money. One is God's money. That is probably gold, silver, or the farm animals. That image is a little bit smaller that we use to barter. Or we have the real estate. That is all God's money. That was created when earth was created. Or we've got the government's money. Government came up with an idea and printed pounds, dollars, yens, everything, all the different currencies. And then people decide to bring in their own money, which is cryptocurrencies, Bitcoins, Ethereum, and our favorite Elon Musk, the Dogecoin. Yeah? Current. So technically these are the stores of wealth across different domains and across the history. Okay. I'm bringing focus on the God's money now. We've got notes in history that an ounce of gold was always enough to buy a decent men's suit. During the Roman days, for an ounce of gold, we could buy the whole dress, including the slippers. And the same ounce of gold today can buy the suit, including the shoes, socks, and the tie. But if you had the same currency during the Roman days, that same currency is not going to buy you the same suit now. So gold is a store of wealth. Now, the other thing, why the savers lose? This would explain a little bit about inflation as well. So as long as the government prints more money, it has less and less value. And that's why, saving money is a key to poverty. Well, we can't get rid of saving because we've got to save for the first home, but thereafter the path has to be taken differently. You cannot end up saving all the times. This is an image I've taken from a book written by Robert Kiyosaki. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, he famously talks about, this is a footnote from the book, and he famously talks about last 100 years, and we know what has happened since 2008. A lot more money has been printed. GFC and during COVID, governments have gone crazy globally. So the purchasing power of the people has come down over a period of time, and the printing of money has simultaneously increased at the same time. Now the printing of money is even higher, so which leads to even more reduction in the purchasing power, right? So that is why saving money is a key to poverty. If you save money, money will depreciate. A few of these quotes Ben earlier had also alluded to. I was Googling as well last night. Well, this pack was prepared just last night. So there's a very famous Chinese proverb, and I've heard it time and time again. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. The sooner you do it, the better it is. Second one, don't wait to buy, like Ben said, like Will Rogers echoed, buy real estate. Oprah Winfrey, she is not an accountant, she is not a tax advisor, she is not an investor. She says, I will forever believe that buying home is a great investment. Other than buying home, you cannot live in a stock certificate if you buy shares. You cannot live in a share. You cannot live in a mutual fund. You cannot live in a managed fund. Mark Twain, buy land. They are not making it anymore. Right? That is God's money. Another one from Anthony. It is a comfortable feeling to know that you stand on your own ground. Land is about the only thing that won't fly away. Right? Rest everything can take to air. We cannot complete all the investment quotes without a quote from Warren Buffett. In the business world, he says, the rear view mirror is always clearer than the windshield. The past is always better. And as per Lewis, the best investment on earth is earth. Of course, until Elon Musk finds out a way to get to Mars.
When you say that God's money, if you go to the church, mandir and mosque, you pray to God, you'll get God's money, isn't it?
Stand B03, please come and visit us. So, based on all this education, I will introduce yourselves to our new product launch, which is Deposit Unlock. That's a product that we are bringing up to the market to help first home buyers, investors, first investor, next home investors to get into the market in buying land. We are land developers, we are investment fund managers as well, and we develop and we sell land. It is greatly difficult these days to buy land or to save for the land because land has appreciated in value. Like I think Bob said in the morning, $50,000 I think in 1989 he sold a house for 48,000 or 50,000, and now you can't. Well, the land is available for what, 300 or 400,000. We sell land in Armstrong Creek and Geelong. Armstrong Creek I don't need to talk about because I think by now you would have heard a lot about Armstrong Creek. Everybody this morning has been speaking about it. So Deposit Unlock, the market we are addressing, the people we are catering to, if you're taking too long to save for a deposit, inflation, like you're saving money and you're losing out on the savings, or you're looking for a cost-effective way to fund your own deposit. You've got the money, but you don't want to use your own money. That's fine. We'll still fund you. Why the Deposit Unlock? It's an affordable way to enter the property market. Another one, you can secure the funding, purchase the land today. By the time it titles, we will make installments for you to pay for the fund that we have lent it out. The funds, it is at no cost. We will bear the cost. I don't want to say it is interest free, but there is no cost. Certainly, if there are delays or if the dates are missed out, there will be some ramifications. We are on stand B03, please come and talk to us. No hidden costs whatsoever. As long as you pay in time, there are no hidden costs. How the deposit unlock works or what it is doing, it will eliminate the complexities in securing the deposit. There are a few steps to follow. Like always, there is a process to follow, and that process is here. I'll call on my colleague Hemant Goel to come over and talk about the process.
Thanks, Ankur.
Thank you.
So with everything, when we try to simplify the process, it's always easier to break it down. So at the moment, we are able to offer this product only for the land that we are developing ourselves. But obviously, in due course of time, we endeavor to get other developers on board as well. Because obviously, at the end of the day, it's beneficial to all. And given that, every day, especially for first home buyers, it's difficult to save money. With the inflation going up, your costs of living are going up as well. So rather than waiting, to save that money, and in the process, the land price is going up, what we're just trying to do is, get you into the market now with as little as $2,000. But obviously, since the land is to be titled, let's say in 18 to 24 months time, you can pay the rest of your deposit in easy installments based on, your comfortability. There's no interest cost, no additional costs at all unless you default or your late payments, that's the only cost that might apply. But if you're doing your payments on time, no additional cost whatsoever. So talking about the process itself, so first thing, obviously, you need to identify a block that you want to buy. So as I mentioned before, we're just doing it for our own lots that we are selling in Geelong for now. It's kind of pilot for us as well. So if this succeeds, we'll obviously extend it to other developers as well. Once you've identified a block, the second thing would be to initiate an application form. So what this basically does is we'll collect basic information about your borrowing capacity, because at the end of the day, if you're buying a land to build a house, you should be eligible for a home loan in the first place, because we don't want to engage you if you're not eligible for the home loan in the first place. There's no point, right? So that's the first thing we do, and that's also something from a responsible lending point of view. We want to ensure that we've ticked that box off. You had a question, sir? No, all good. So first thing, obviously, you should be eligible for the product, and the eligibility criteria is based on your borrowing capacity for the house and land package. Okay, so if you're eligible for that, you're eligible for our product. So from there on, just simply complete the application form. We do the checks. We ask for all the information, as in your earnings, as in your borrowing what you do for a living, how much you're making, what your existing commitments are, just basic information. And based on that, we do the calculations ourselves and let you know whether you qualify or not. Once you've qualified, all you need to do is visit us at our sales office in Geelong. We're based in the town centre precinct, just next to the Coles. Put in a simple $2,000 deposit, pick up your land, sign the contract. RG Capital, through their funding, will pay the remaining of the deposit, which is 5% at the moment. And then you can pay off that money in easy installments of $1,000 or whatever works for you. But the key thing is that money has to be paid off before your land settles. The reason being, once again, based on responsible lending, the banks won't lend you any more than 95%. So if you've basically borrowed any more apart from what the bank is going to lend, they take that into consideration. But you still have considerable time. I mean, if you've got, let's say, 18 months, which is what our blocks are titling in. So easy installments of $1,000 each should pay it off. That also gets you into the habit of getting into that additional repayment, especially for first home buyers who have been rent up until now, but had that history of getting into a habit of making those mortgage repayments. So this also gets you into that habit, makes you feel a bit more comfortable, because it's obviously a scary journey when you have to commit a certain amount every month without knowing whether your jobs are certain or not. So obviously it's kind of a test pilot for everyone. So that's something that you also get into a habit with this particular process. So very simple, very straightforward, gets you into the property market quicker, we suppose, especially with the way prices are going up. You don't have to wait until you save that deposit. $2,000, come and speak to us, we might be able to help. Anyone, any questions on that? It's pretty good. Back to Ankur, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Hemant. Okay, so the next one, we've got a disclaimer here. Because the product is still being devised, we are still working with the lawyers and our fund managers to work through the legalities and all the process perspectives. But please do visit us at stand B03, third or the fourth one from the left, and we are happy to take your details, give our business cards, and talk more about it. We've wrapped off the presentation quickly, so if we can take some questions. No questions? Is good? Everybody understood everything? Oh, yeah, sorry.
What makes you different compared to other mortgage brokers? Like what makes you different from other mortgage brokers?
Yeah. So, thank you for that question. May I know your name?
My name is Chandan.
Chandan. So Chandan, we are not mortgage brokers. We are doing land development, or we are land developers, and we are investment managers. So mortgage brokers will be organizing the remaining 95%, or they will assist with the remaining 95% of the land. We are helping you or investors and first home buyers traverse the first 5% journey. So for the first 5%, you might be having 5%. You don't want to use it, or you don't have the 5%. By the time you save, prices increase, or the government prints more money and the value comes down. So that is where we help and pay the remaining of the 5% deposit. Yep. Thanks.
Okay. Now, when you buy that property, after how many months or year, what the price will be that property? You said you paid only 2% deposit and you pay 5%, right?
Ah, yeah.
Today, and after how many months or year, when it's settled down?
Thank you. Your name, please? Thank you, Alan. So, Alan, let us take an example that the land you're willing to or you're wanting to buy is for $400,000. I'll just pick a random number. Today, the land will be valued at $400,000, which will title in the next, say, 18 months, right? So 5% of that will be $20,000. $20,000 you might want to not spend of your own money. So $2,000 you pay the deposit, or not the deposit, you give us the money, $2,000. We will lend 18,000 of the remaining, and we will pay the land developer, RG Land, our own projects on your behalf. The remaining 18,000, like my colleague Hemant said, before the titling of the land, you've got to pay it out. So if the titles are in the next 18 months, for the next 18 months you can pay $1,000 each, and then the land can be secured. Mortgage brokers, bankers, financiers can come into the picture to fund the remaining 95%. Right? So the value of the land is today's price, not the target price. The contract will be in today's price, not the target one. Yep.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Any more questions? We've got more 10 minutes. Good. I've got my colleague Mridula. She can distribute some of the brochures as well for our product. Feel free to get in touch with us. Email addresses are on the brochure. And stand B03, once again, third or the fourth one from the left. We've got that big rotating thing on the top. You can't miss us. Because we've got 10 minutes, I would just like to thank and acknowledge Chi and the team at OpenLot to give us this opportunity. This pack was a very last minute, I just cooked it up last night, and still the team was very accommodating. I was actually fretting if this would be made available over here or not. But yeah, thank you, Chi, wherever you are. You're like a godly person, at least for now. Thank you. Sorry, Chandan. Yep.
I forgot the question.
Take your time.
The thing is that you said you deal with banks also, right? Big four banks and all.
No, we don't deal with banks. No.
So the money comes through RG Capital.
Yes, yes. The money comes from RG Capital. Sure. Thank you, Chandan. Yes, sir.
Obviously, you won't be providing money for free. So how do you make your money?
Was that your question as well?
Everybody goes to the bank to get money, obviously. But you are spending your own money, right?
Correct.
How is it?
Okay. How do I put it? For the remaining 95%, anyways, bank has to lend. Bank or financial institution has to lend. We are only coming into the picture to ease for the remaining 5 or the first 5%, right? That is the commitment. Primarily, we are looking to help the first homeowners. Certainly, we don't want to limit ourselves to the first homeowners. Investors can also come in. How do we make money? At RG Land, at the moment, this opportunity is only available for lots that we are selling in RG Land, that we are developing in RG Land. We would like to extend it to the other developers, but we are still, like I said, we are still working through with our lawyers, fund managers, and all the compliance partners at HWL. Normally, there is a bit of buffer that the land developers have when they sell the land to give as incentives, a couple of $1,000 as incentives to brokers, to all the people in the middle who assist with selling the block of land. That buffer is what we are using in our own self to make money. So let us say that $400,000 block, if I have to pay $3,000 or $5,000 to someone to help the sale, which is okay, that $5,000, rather than paying it to somebody else, I'm passing that benefit off to the investor or the first home owner, and that $5,000 or $3,000, whatever that buffer is, depending on the project as well, our capacity, we will pay, RG Land will pay RG Capital. So that's how we make money on that. It's a very low margin product. We are not making a lot of money on that. You look like...
I'm hearing you.
No, sorry.
I'm just hearing you. I'm not saying you're not making a lot of money.
No, I thought you had another question as
No,
well.
I'm just hearing you.
Yeah. So that's how we are doing it.
Currently, where are your land coming up? In eastern suburb or?
Sorry.
Where is your land release coming up? Your land developer, is it in eastern suburb or in western suburb? Which place can you explain?
How many
So-
kilometers from Geelong?
How many? Okay. 2 questions. Where are we selling the land? And how many kilometers from Geelong? So, thank you, sir. We are selling most of our lands, all our projects, actually all our projects. RG is regional Geelong. We are selling all our projects in and around Geelong, Armstrong Creek, near Torquay, between Geelong and Torquay, Armstrong Creek, Leopold, Marshall, close to 500 meters from Marshall Station, we've got a block. 10 kilometers from Torquay Beach, we've got just in the Armstrong Creek Town Centre precinct. We are selling land as of now. We've acquired another site about a couple of weeks ago, just 2 weeks ago, in the same Town Centre precinct. So this is where we are selling our land. It's a lifestyle block. All of these are lifestyle blocks right behind the town centre. It's a $1 billion town centre being developed by Welsh, Andrew Welsh, famous footy player. So he is developing it. Kilometers from Geelong, it's 10 kilometers from Geelong as well. 10 from Torquay Beach and 10 from Geelong. Thank you. Okay. Thank you all. Thank you very much. Right in time. Thank you.
जीते रहो अल्लाह तुझे भला करे
Thank you, sir. Thank you.